Form 4 at Maths-Past Year Spm. Question is SPM 2010, topic quadratic function. Given quadratic function f(x) equals negative x squared plus 4x minus 3. And it can be expressed in the form f(x) equals negative brackets x minus 2 square plus k. First of all, this form is actually complete the square form. From my previous videos of notes, complete the square form is f(x) equals a brackets x plus p square plus c. The a, b, c are any numbers. Next, the number outside the brackets is the y coordinate, which is also the minimum or maximum value. And you go inside the brackets x plus b, make it 0, you will get x negative b. And this x negative b is the x coordinate of the minimum or maximum point. Therefore, the c is the y coordinate of the maximum or minimum point. The x is the x coordinate of the minimum or maximum point. And also, the x coordinate same as the equation for axis of symmetry. The x coordinate same as equation of axis of symmetry. So if we were to have a graph on the shape n, which has a maximum point, the axis of symmetry is the vertical line going through the maximum point. So this is axis of symmetry. Okay, now we look at the question. Part A, find the value of k. I start. Part A, find the value of k. As usual, we always start from what they ask. You see, they are asking k. I go to the equation which has k. And this equation was complete the square. But we are given the equation f(x) equals negative x squared plus 4x minus 3, which is not complete the square. Therefore, I must take the given equation and complete the square for that quadratic function. Now, quadratic function, it is f(x) equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. And if you want to complete the square for a quadratic function, the a must be positive 1. To complete the square for a quadratic function, the a must be positive 1. If the a is not positive 1, some other number, then you must factorize the quadratic function to make the a positive 1. So if you look at the given quadratic function, in front of x squared, the a is negative. It is not positive 1 but negative 1, which means I must take out the negative and then factorize. Right? So when I take out the negative, inside the bracket become positive x squared. Positive negative is negative 4x. And then negative and negative become positive 3. We are going to complete the square inside the brackets only. Only here we are going to do the complete the square. And how do we complete the square? First of all, the negative, I put back negative, and then you put the brackets, and now we are going to complete the square. X squared becomes x minus, you put minus, the number in front of x4, you must divide by 2. The number in front of x, divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. You see? So x squared, I made it x, and then minus, I put back minus. The number in front of x, I divide by 2. I got x minus 2. Close the brackets and put back the square. Now outside the brackets, put minus. Whether inside is minus or plus, outside always minus. Minus what? Minus the 2 square. You see? Minus the 2 square. Okay? And finally, the last number, plus 3, you put back. So now, this will be easy. The negative, I put back. X minus 2 bracket square, I put back. So all these I put back ready. And we know that minus 2 square is minus 4. Make sure you put the brackets here. Okay. And finally, the plus 3 I put back. So now we have our fx equals negative x minus 2 bracket square. I just copy back. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Not yet complete. The negative outside, finally bring it inside. The negative outside, you must bring inside. So now I have fx negative x minus 2 bracket square. And of course, negative and negative become positive 1. So this is our complete the square. Okay? This is our complete the square form. Now I'm going to compare this. This complete the square. I'm going to compare with the given complete the square. I'm going to compare. This is what is given. This was given to us. So when I compare, you watch. Negative, x minus 2 square, plus 1 must be k. You see? The plus 1, of course, is k. We got our answer that the k is 1. So we have settled the first part. The question was asking k. We got our k equals to 1. Now let us look at the second part. The second part says, sketch the graph of the function fx on the given axis. So part B, I start here. They are asking, sketch the graph of fx. But remember, now we have the fx in two forms. The original form fx equals negative x squared plus 4x minus 3. We have in the original form, and we also have in the complete the square form, which we got from the part A, whereby the k we already got as 1. So now this quadratic function, this is the first form, and this would be the second form. We'll be using both because from the first form, this negative 3, from the first form, this is the y-intercept. We are going to use this y-intercept. So from the original form, I can get the y-intercept. The last number is the y-intercept. So now y-intercept equals to negative 3. We are going to use this later. Next, from the complete the square form, if you remember, I said outside the brackets is the y-coordinate. So this 1 outside the brackets, that means the y-coordinate is 1. And to get the x-coordinate, we go inside the brackets, x minus 2, make it 0. You transfer the negative 2, we get the x-coordinate equals to 2. So now, we have the coordinate, x-coordinate 2, y-coordinate 1. You remember, this negative is telling, the negative outside the brackets is telling that the graph is n-shaped. Now, the graph is n-shaped. The negative outside the brackets is telling that the graph is n-shaped, which means it must have a maximum point. And the coordinate of this maximum point was x2 and y1. I got it from here, x2, y1. So we have already got the maximum point, okay? And we also have previously the y-intercept negative 3. So now we can draw the graph. You remember? This is outside the brackets negative. So the graph must be n-shaped. It must be n-shaped. And then, if you look here, the y-intercept is negative 3. I put it here, y-intercept negative 3. And then the maximum point, 2 and 1. Our maximum point here, which is 2 in 1. But it is not complete. We need to find the x-intercept. The negative 3 is the y-intercept. We need to find the x-intercept. How I got the 1 and 3? Over here. We take the quadratic function in the original form, and we know that in the x-axis, the fx must be 0. I repeat, in the x-axis, the fx, which is actually y, it must be 0. In the x-axis, the fx, which is y, must be 0. So therefore, this fx, I replace with 0. So I have 0 equals to negative x squared plus 4x minus 3. And if you notice from my previous notes, this is actually quadratic equation because it has equal 0. And now we need to factorize. Before we factorize, the negative x squared, you must make it positive x squared. So negative x squared, I make it positive x squared. Positive 4x, I make it negative 4x. Negative 3, positive 3. What have I done? I have changed all the sign. Now easy to factorize. So now 0, x squared minus 4x plus 3. Factorizing is normal. You can use your calculator to factorize. So now, x minus 1 is 0. Therefore, x is 1. And then x minus 3 is 0. Therefore, x is 3. That's how I got x1, x3, the x-intercept. So this graph is our answer. Okay, thank you. I'll see you on the next lesson.